Just make sure I'm gonna stay away. I'm gonna put that fucking lighting contraption in front of my door.
Tripwire.
Smoke screens, tripwires. Yeah, I mean, again, man, I am sorry. I didn't mean for that to fall on you.
Here we are. We're back.
We're back,
Episode 3.
dude. It's 4.
Dude, I don't want to do this every time we start.
We're gonna have to, so you want me to tell them the Slap Daddy story again?
If it comes up naturally.
Let's just put out 3. Hey guys, episode 4. Or 3. I don't know. I don't want it to be a thing.
I think that's just your type.
It is.
Like a witch.
Yeah. But it also means too, like I'm saying, like I gotta stop as well. Like there's something going on while
I don't know what that means, but keep it for them. Keep that face for them, dude, because I don't know what that meant.
you know, I get that out there, and then I can, it's like I zone in on them.
Yeah.
That's all I got on the matter, really.
No, that's fair.
And then, you know, I know that you're dealing with the fallout of that.
Well, I think the whole world's dealing with every fallout you
Every domino effect of that.
yeah, dude. It's a domino effect everywhere you turn, but that's why you're Tom. That's why it's called the domino effect.
Elephant in every room, dude.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of that, are you gonna follow up and become a hockey fan for the Utah Mammoth?
I think so.
The Mammoth?
Are they? So is that like next year?
The playoffs are going on right now, but the Utah is not in.
So next year they'll be the Utah Mammoths.
Mammoths. They were the hockey club this year. Utah Hockey Club.
That kind of sounds kind of cool though. Too.
That was one of the options, but the
Just
best
call it
one.
the hockey club.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Well, that's what the Redskins did.
Yeah, but
they were the Washington football team for like 2 years.
But like, I don't know. There's something about hockey club just sounds.
A lot of them do that. Like a lot of them would be. I'm not that well, but I know there's like a team where it's just like something hockey club.
Mm-hmm.
They'd use that a lot, the term. But yeah, no, I saw the Mammoth. But dude, one they really messed up on. One of the options was the Yeti, the Utah Yeti. That would have been sick.
That's more alliterative. I like that.
Yeah, Utah Yeti.
Yeah.
And then the mascot's right there.
Yeah.
Abominable snowman type deal, dude.
With a jersey on.
Yeah.
Stick in hand.
But the people of Utah voted.
And they've decided.
Yeah.
I like Mammoth, though. That's cool.
Yeah, apparently they used to live there if they were even real. If the mammoths even roamed.
Dude.
But apparently they were in Utah.
Yeah, and if the Earth's even flat, you know.
Yeah, dude. We don't know. I've never been up there.
We're out that far. I've never been out that far. What if I get to the very end and it's like, oh, shit, they're right.
Dude, so you hit me earlier text. One of the first texts I got from you today said you were feeling electric. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
What was that about? Why are you feeling electric today?
Just
jazzed up? Early C4?
Early C4, working third one right now.
That's your third?
We're sipping.
I don't like that.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, dude.
I like it.
You're going to start talking like Jason Statham.
Huh?
Jason Statham, you're going to start talking like him and Crank. Need my heart to stay above.
God, what a great series of films.
And they are films.
Cinematic masterpieces. Where we going? Oh, no, I was just feeling, other than the C4, I was feeling like it was an interesting day that has been going well.
So you're just feeling electric in general.
Just feeling electric, feeling like, all right, like a little bit of like worry just based on, you know, like maybe having too many eggs in one basket or feeling like I had too many
You're spreading the eggs out.
Spreading the eggs. That
in the fertilizer so the eggs will grow.
I don't necessarily know if I want that to be the description out in the universe, but
I mean, I don't know how eggs work. Don't you plant the eggs?
Neither do I.
The chicken will grow.
I'm just talking about like maybe more baskets. I don't know.
Oh yeah, probably the basket thing
You
would make more
You know,
sense.
it's a phrase that like my uncle always used to say,
Hmm.
and I don't know why it stuck with me, but it's like, yeah, the guy's got a degree in underwater basket weaving, and I don't know why I think that's funny, like to this day. But it's one of those like old man, like I chuckle internally, going, "That's such a silly
I dropped
phrase."
one in like the PlayStation chat one time,
Okay.
and my dad always said it,
Uh-huh.
and I just thought it was a thing, and then
Uh-huh.
like everyone started laughing, saying like, "What is that?" My dad would always say, "He's as gay as a left-handed football bat."
Yeah, what does that mean?
It just doesn't make sense. Bats, there's no hands in bats.
Yep.
You just a bat.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no bats in football.
True. No.
Being
that's-
gay is different.
Yeah. That's the only thing.
Yeah, so that was
That's-
one my dad would always say.
So, do you think he heard that or he made that up? Just to
I don't know if I can give him that much credit,
Okay.
but I like to think he made it up.
Okay.
I don't know. I've never heard it anywhere. Like,
Uh-huh.
it's not one of those things where my dad said
Just
it.
So you know, I've never heard it anywhere either.
Yeah, so, and like five
In
of
case
my.
you were wondering, like, Tom, do you have
Yeah, like in your movie reference and quote reference is pretty good.
like? Is that maybe like a West Coast thing that I just didn't know about?
No, dude. Yeah, that was one that was always get tossed around.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I like the one that I always think is funny too is like light in the loafers for a gay person,
Lighting the Loafers is nice.
because it's like, who was that?
That
bad?
was definitely like a 50s. Like
It's gotta
50s,
be
60s.
around- it's
That was
gotta be-
definitely
I
like
wouldn't be surprised if it was earlier, but like it's so funny to me because it just seems like there was one guy who was like
just a
"Yo,
little light on his
that
feet.
motherfucker is so good at dancing.
Yeah,
He
dude.
must be sucking dicks. He must be out there just. I'm telling people.
And honestly, that probably
he's
made
making us look bad.
honestly though, but then that kind of made the whole thing where it's like the straight guys are kind of secretly gay now because they're looking at that guy going, "He's dancing better than our names."
Yeah.
And then they're a little insecure about themselves because they're
Yeah.
like, "Why is Charlie Boy moving his
Yeah.
hips a little too loosely?"
Right. When ultimately it's like that dude's probably just out there dancing.
He's having fun.
He's having fun.
Yeah, dude.
He's living a killer song.
Yeah. He was probably the first guy to have a cookie with his coffee in the morning. He was just, and all of a sudden he's gay, dude. Because
Dude, just
he had
casual.
yeah.
That
He,
dude was just probably just so
he
casual.
went to the bar that night and he's like, "Yeah, you know, Louise, she made pumpkin bread last night, and I had a little bit of it this morning with my coffee. It was delicious." Next thing you know, that guy's lighting the loafers.
Dude, yeah, now
'Cause-
he's tapping
'cause-
his foot and he's out there.
Yeah, then they remember the pumpkin bread. Yeah, dude. And then like it starts getting pieced together.
Right.
Like,
It's like, dude, he was just out there trying to cut a rug. He was enjoying life. And now we're trying to other this guy.
but don't get me wrong.
It's funny to me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, well, like, you're mad at that? Why are you mad at that?
He's having fun.
He's having fun.
Yeah, yeah. Like lighting the loafers didn't come from like a guy seeing his friend kiss a guy.
No.
Like, cause that's like that they would have said something
No.
way more like, yeah. Lighting the
Right.
loafers is just like they just saw a guy having fun.
That's it.
They just saw a guy.
That's
They
it.
just saw a guy having fun.
Because they would have just said something else.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You know, like it would have been like, oh, you know, he's out there stroking the pipe or
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. No.
something that would make sense.
Yeah. No. Lighting the loafers is very just. He's
funny.
theatrical a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all.
That's it.
That's all. He's just a little
It
theatrical.
just feels like, you know, it's not as crazy as like, you know, these blacks and Mexicans smoking dope or fucking our women or whatever.
Which is what a lot of comedians do now. It seems to work.
Right.
They just go full on. Just,
right. But like, is it a like way to like, hey, we should outlaw, you know, weed or whatever? But like, it feels very like, yeah, we're just mad at them, so we gotta stop it.
yeah. One. I wish I could do that.
They were hitting the Charleston way too hard. We can't have this.
Dude, yeah. Yeah. And then that little Richard came out and then
Because imagine, hey, you've been out there and you've been cutting a rug, and then someone comes up to you and they go, "Hey man, you're real light in the loafers." That should be something. To go, "Hey, thanks, man."
That should be a nice thing.
That should be a nice thing.
Yeah,
You know,
it could be.
it could be. We're taking that back.
Like Chris Breezy. He's lighting the loafers.
Dude, he's real light in the loafers.
He's lighting the loafers.
Heavy in the hand.
Heavy in the hand. Heavy
Light.
left hand.
Light
Lighting the loafers, dude. Yeah, I've seen him glide in videos.
Dude, do you remember when he was 16 and they gave like
What was his first song? Run It. Girl, I need you can run it, run. I'm pretty sure that was.
I think it might have.
That was his first.
But I remember MTV had a little "Hey, this is Chris Brown."
Yeah.
And he's 16 years old, and that motherfucker hit a backflip in the middle. I don't know why that's such a metric for me. But if someone hits,
Was it a backflip off the ground, just flat ground?
Dude, yes.
See, that's.
And doing one of those ones though where they do the.
Have you seen this?
Front, back, and then they go.
Yeah. Like
off of one leg.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. And
Now,
he's sang a song while doing it.
This is where I got an issue with this new little guy that's out there in the world making the girls go crazy. He's he's basically like the guy Sabrina Carpenter.
Who's this?
Benson Boone. Have you seen him?
No, who's Benson Boone?
These beautiful things that I've got, please stay. No. Dude, he wears.
Sure, give me another bar. That was good.
That's all I know. I could just run that. Please stay. Yeah, that's all I know. But dude, he wears sequin onesies. That's like a V-neck down to his pubes.
So it's like a Harry Styles thing.
He's trying to go Freddie Mercury. He just was at Coachella.
Harry Styles was trying to do a little Freddie
He
Mercury.
brought out Brian May.
Who's Brian May?
The guitarist for Queen. The dude with the
Okay. So it's like an obvious.
But what he does on stage is a backflip. Okay. Or no, I'm sorry, a front flip.
Okay.
But he'll do it off like a 10-foot lift just onto the stage. Like there's a higher stage.
Okay, so
he'll walk up some steps.
Front flip.
You give me a week. You give me a week, dude, and a 10-foot podium to just practice off of.
Oh,
like Chris Brown. That's what I'm saying. He's doing a one-leg kick.
Dude, a 10-foot drop.
It's hard on the knees because he doesn't do a
knees.
roll either. He does a super
That's gonna be one of those ones. I feel like where 5 years from now he might want to rethink. Hey, just
he's a showman.
Yeah, dude,
but also just like
a 10-foot drop to your knee like that is crazy on a regular basis.
So what? See, this is how he gets people to go to the concerts. Oh, you're telling me? Wait, 10 feet he goes right to his right on his feet? No Spider-Man roll? No parkour roll? You know,
never.
When is he in town?
He never. What's his name? He hangs out with Brian May.
Yeah, this guy sounds pretty sweet.
I mean,
we just flipped the switch completely.
Do we like him or not? I'm confused.
No, dude.
No.
There's one song that's out right now. I don't even know. It's like he's talking about desserts.
No, but okay, are we saying though the front flip is the NASCAR crash? Of
like the beat's about to drop. I think it's probably in between the please, and then he does the jump, and then as he's landing, stay, something like that.
Oh, I mean, if you're a showman,
that's what I'm saying. He's a showman.
Are we sure they're even his legs though? Those might be the studio's legs.
Well, inside baseball, literally, there's just one pitcher. He's got a metal leg, and no one knows about it. Nobody knows about it.
But you know about it.
And he's the best pitcher in the league. If
Paul
you watch
Skeens?
the games.
Does Paul Skeens have a metal?
Tariq Skubal for the Detroit Tigers.
How do you know that he's got a metal leg?
There's this whole rabbit hole, dude. You watch him pitch. His left calf is clearly way smaller than his right. Even in the pants. So then you do some research. He was in a tube his first 2 years of his life because his leg was all messed up. And then they put metal rods into his leg and they did all this stuff. So he's basically got a bionic leg and he's whooping 102 miles an hour off the mound.
Oh, wow.
He's really good. That's what I'm saying. And no one's talking about this. So I think we need to look into this guy's
leg.
Metal leg. But it's in his skin, so then it gets a little it's not
So he's more cyborg.
That's what I'm saying.
Than android.
Yeah, it's not like if he lifted his pant leg up, it would just be like a metal leg.
Mm-hmm. I was just talking to Justin the other day, actually yesterday, about how no one's talking about how I want a Winter Soldier arm.
I feel like everybody kind of would.
No, but I was out there and I was sweeping up cigarette butts, and I was just talking. I was just talking to him about how it'd be cool. Like, it'd be so cool if I had one specifically, and like how no one's talking about how cool it would be if me specifically had one.
I feel like that.
Just imagine
I feel like
you with a Winter Soldier arm and just.
I'm not big into like the comic lore as far as like like little scenes and stuff, but I feel like that's probably been something where like they're all sitting around and Superman's like I wish I had a utility belt, and like Batman's like I wish I could fly, and like Wonder Woman was like I wish I wasn't a woman, like, and the Flash is like I wish I could punch hard. Like they were all just like you all have sweet powers,
right?
But you always wondering if the grass is always greener on the other. You always
So metal arm is grass is greener for me than normal arm.
No, but like you'd be the one with the metal arm. Like you're saying it's just you.
I'm saying other people can have metal arms.
I don't think you said that 2 seconds ago.
No, I'm just saying like no one's talking about how it'd be cool if me specifically had one.
You specifically. Exactly. You specifically. So not everybody.
No, but I'm just sure if other people want metal arms, all for it. I just feel like not enough people are talking about how I should maybe have one.
Now, what makes you worthy of the metal arm?
Ian.
What would you do? Give me 3 things you would use this arm for good for.
For good for?
Yeah.
Okay, 1. Imagine first person to catch a leaf metal arm.
Who's to say someone already has it?
Show me the documentation.
Pull it up.
Pull it up. Second thing I would do with it. Have you seen the Thunderbolts or the New Avengers or whatever they're calling it? Like in the trailer when the fucking like the van's coming
and he pulls the rope.
And he just pow. No, not the rope pull. I like the rope pull.
Underneath
that
the
would
truck.
be my number 3.
You can't just take the
catch leaves, the 2 things that Bucky does in the new
So
Marvel
so
movie.
the first thing you would do is what
Block.
Harrison Ford did in the in the last Captain America.
The fuck?
Catch a leaf. And then
Which
you're
is
gonna,
what I did initially.
and then
they took it from me.
And then you're gonna do 2 things from the last
Dude,
one.
and then
So the
imagine-
first
and then
3
imagine
good things.
A Gambit-esque person with a metal arm, manipulating cards, manipulating pins, metal arm. I'll even take a ring that goes occasionally full metal arm.
Like an Iron Man ring.
Yeah, I'd take that.
That'd be sick.
I feel like that's a good substitution.
Just an arm. It's like you found.
I'm not saying, dude, give me a whole metal body.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's nuts.
It's crazy.
It's nuts to even entertain that idea. But let's talk about this metal arm for another 5 minutes. And dude, I
I
was
thought
gonna.
we're supposed to be talking about our hopes, dreams, all that.
And for this whole time, dude, I've had this being staring at me. I don't know. This has been right here, dude. Just absolutely grilling me, dude. And I don't like that, but I was trying to put up with it, but I just need to.
Dude, I know. Coming over here is a lot. I get it.
Oop, I'm trying to put that up
Maybe,
somewhere.
if you really wanted to.
Nah, dude, it's taking too long.
Okay. Cool.
But
cool.
Robin Williams was staring at me the whole time. So
Yeah, he's one of the Galactics. Did you ever watch that documentary? I feel like you
No.
didn't watch that documentary.
No.
You know what I'm talking about? Where you watched? I think you watched like 20 minutes of it. You told me this.
Oh, was this where?
The lady turns blue or whatever.
Yeah, when she's wrapped in the Christmas lights.
Yeah, dude.
My brother told me to watch that. But like, so, and I feel like this is the point of documentaries, and I just didn't learn about it until I was about a year ago. Um, like, I just would always watch these docs and just immediately go, these people are idiots, and turn it off. But I think the point of the doc is to try to get a new perspective and see why these people did what they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to...
Yeah.
But, dude, they worshipped that one lady.
Oh, my
and she
God.
they were calling her some stupid name, and they, like, treated her like she was a walking god.
Yeah.
Idiots. And I had to turn it off. I can't even...
Sure.
I can't entertain it. I saw the dead body. My brother said after that I could check out, really. Because I checked out before the dead body the first watch. My brother told me to watch it.
But the dead bodies.
And I go, dude, they're idiots.
The
I go,
first-
they're...
The dead body's the first fucking 30 seconds.
No.
Yeah, it is. That's the first thing they see. They
Well-
have the police cam footage of them going
Oh, it does
through.
start off with the
Yeah, and
but
it's
either
just
way.
wrapped up like E.T.
I didn't make it through the first step. And my brother said I saw all I needed to see. Because, dude, just the...
It gets so crazy, though.
Because, like, Waco
gets
and stuff,
so
like, I can
crazy.
get down with that. I can get down with, like, the
It's-
serial killer stuff. But it's just like, dude, if someone came in to this room right now and was like, looked at me and said,
Yeah.
Ian, you're a god.
Yeah.
You're going to be... like, and starts looking at me. I'm going to
Yeah.
punch him in the face. I'm not... like...
But that's only going to, like, bolster their point. Dude, if someone walks in here and goes, Ian, you're a god, and you fucking just lights out, you know? They're going to wake up and go, oh, my God, he is.
All right, so then what if I just look at him and say you're an idiot and get out of here?
But then they don't go
I'm just a
anywhere.
sex symbol. Nothing more. Nothing less.
I'm just an appetite.
Yeah, dude, something. So, like, what if I played it that way? Just down.
That would also probably work in a different... I don't know. What kind of cult are you trying to...
I don't. That's the point. I don't want one. We're trying to figure out what I have to do to
to
not.
not. Well, I don't know. We might be a little too far gone for that.
Or like the one doc I watched, there was like
Uh-huh.
just a naked guy in a treehouse, and he had just got all these people in a treehouse out in the woods in the middle of nowhere.
Steve Irwin?
Basically, dude.
Basically.
And he was like a doctor though, but then he just said, like, that was cool. He was building some tree houses, just naked all the time.
Dude, you just watch HGTV.
But then like the government found out about him, and they went to go like take him out. It was a whole dude. It was crazy. I just turn on these docs. I don't even know the name of it.
Okay.
Just type in naked guy treehouse.
Naked Guy Treehouse. Naked Guy Treehouse. I... the Mother God one was good.
Yeah, that's what they called her, Mother
Yeah.
God, dude. If anyone called me Father God,
Dude, so many people got called Father God in that, though. There's 4 Father Gods and a Father God of the multiverse.
but then that leads to, is there sister God? Is there cousin God?
I don't know. But, dude, what I think is, like, so fascinating about it, though, is, like, what you're talking about. Like, you know, Waco.
The
like
naked
serial-
treehouse guy.
Naked treehouse guy. Serial killer guy. Like, that's not, like, necessarily using, like, the internet and technology for this stuff. But these people were doing, like, live stream. Like, some of them are still doing live
Yeah, God's
stream.
not on Zoom. You know, God's not on Zoom.
God's
dude.
not on Zoom.
Yeah, dude. Revelations 4:17. God did not Zoom.
What if God was on a Zoom call with one of us? Yeah, dude. But it's fascinating because it's literally just like these people are going, all right, so like if you could send us some money so we could get some more crystals and we get some more colloidal
The crystal
silver."
people, man, can just.
Dude,
That's how it starts.
that's how it starts.
The darkness.
Yeah.
Crystals are about light, but that's
Yeah.
a dark.
Yeah. I asked
Because
him-
what if the crystals don't charge right?
I asked FKA Twigs one night because you know she's a crystal person,
Oh, yeah.
1000%,
Mm-hmm.
and
Patchouli.
yeah, and I asked, I go, hey, so like I see these crystals, where did you get them? And then she said like you know whatever store, and then I went, where'd they get them? And then she said, well, I don't know. I'm like, any chance they probably got them from some place where I don't know if they've if they got great karma.
Yeah, like.
Like you know they're just somewhere in some place where they're not really feeding these people or digging up rocks for you so you can sit around and go, ooh, the energies are feeling They're making me feel in tune.
It's like if a girl likes rocks, she's like centered and like in tune with the universe.
Mm-hmm.
I like rocks. I'm autistic.
Right.
Where is the line?
Where is the line?
And guess what? I just like to like rub the rock for the feel.
Yeah.
I'm not charging it at night in the
Sensory
moonlight. Yeah.
You know?
And like,
and when I start doing that, people look at me funny.
yeah. But also
Werewolf
like,
got bit by a human. Ian Carpenter.
It's a good quote.
Great quote.
Yeah. And like, what if the moon doesn't come out fully enough? And when can you tell the rock is charged enough from the moonlight?
You never can. You never can.
Chasing the high you'll never get again.
Dude, exactly. And even if you have one moment where it feels like, oh, we've done it, that's fleeting. Then it's on to the next spell. You know?
Spell.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like last week, this kind of took a buzz on the internet.
Uh-huh.
And so I had to go to the Atlanta Zoo myself, like the following day, 2 days later, to scope out the gorillas.
Mm-hmm.
The question on the internet right now is 1 gorilla versus 100 men, unarmed.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing to that gorilla? What is the gorilla doing to us?
Right.
How's it going to play out?
Right.
Where do you stand on this? Because I've seen simulations. I've read literature on it.
Right.
I've talked to geology experts.
Similar. I haven't talked to anyone in the geology field, but I've looked into it a little bit. I still, even though it says that 100 men could take a gorilla, I still want to root for the gorilla. Just because it's like you want that's 100. 100.
You just want the underdog at that point.
And it's also like, dude, why are you trying to get into a fight with a gorilla?
Yeah, I don't know how this question did get posed, but
It
it struck a chord with people.
It did.
People are stance.
People
Are staunch on their opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I will say there's a part of me that's like, man, I hope that doesn't happen.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We're going to
also
lose, men. I'm not saying 100 in, 100 out.
Yeah.
This is like the Jaws story.
Yeah.
100 men go in the water. The sea monkeys.
Yeah.
17 come out.
Dude.
Like a dog.
You know the first guy that gorilla gets a hold of is smoked.
Right. Like torn in half.
Yeah, like no longer has a head.
Right.
Like,
right.
If it has appendages, they're smashed to bits.
And that's before the gorilla even makes a noise.
Oh, yeah.
He's not even going to make a whoo. He's just going to.
That's done. You're done.
But I think if it's a scenario where the last gorilla or the last men standing get out, like you can't get out of this situation, I like to think that first sacrificial rip up, it's going to fire up us other 99. We know the first guy's going to.
Sure.
And don't get me wrong. There's going to be one guy that we're all going to look at going, he's not going to help us when it gets down to 87 anyway. So just just push him right at the gorilla, dude.
Just okay, get him up front.
Yeah.
Just get him.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tickle him so he starts making the most noise. So the gorilla,
and he's kind of like
the target.
No.
Yeah. And then,
Can you imagine this like taking place at a Target? Like always, like you're just there, you're shopping for your toiletries, and all of a sudden a gorilla walks in and is just like, I'm about to take all y'all out. Nightmare.
I don't picture the gorilla starting it. I think that's where we would have an advantage as well. Is like I think the first guy's gonna run up and the gorilla's gonna be confused.
So we're going with we're surprise attacking.
Well,
with 100 people, a gorilla.
We could look at a gorilla in the face and say, "Hey, man."
I guess I shouldn't just assume a gorilla is going to go in somewhere and wreak havoc.
That's what I'm saying.
But like that would be such a nightmare.
Would you rather spend the night in the mall with a gorilla or like 5 black mambas that are just loose and you just have to survive the night?
Snakes.
You think?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, because I feel like what I w- and they were
I feel like a gorilla is just gonna chill at the mall. like, like,
Well, the
like
mall's
snakes
also-
are gonna. Snakes are always slithering, always looking for something. If you just plop the gorilla in the middle of a mall, he's gonna get into some
but again,
pretzels.
I feel like and maybe I'm just taking it wrong because I'm working on my third C4, but like I feel like the question really is like these things are after you.
No, just a gorilla in its state, or the snakes in its state. Like,
So then I guess if that's the case, I'm not worried about either of them.
that's not true, dude. The snakes, if they see you, they're gonna bite you. You'll be
Is that what they're trying to do?
But dude, just imagine you're sitting in like a closet.
Ryan, tell us the answer.
Yeah, dude. Just
We
imagine.
should, I really wish we could cut to Ryan and let him just like interject with like a little man in the box.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks.
So,
Glad
I
you
mean,
can-
so if
glad
that's
you can make it.
so, I mean, depending on that, I mean, I guess Ryan had made some good points there.
What
But
would you do? What would you rather do?
the gorilla,
The gorilla.
because I just again, if you just open
You
like
just don't like snakes.
if you backed the truck up with a gorilla in it and just open the mall doors and the gorilla just walked in the mall, no one's in there, it's just me and the gorilla.
Okay.
I feel like the gorilla's maybe gonna get like 5 stores in,
Okay.
and just find like a nice like Abercrombie beanbag chair, maybe get into some Hollister like cologne.
Snip.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
done.
Find a nice like Annie Ann's,
Mm-hmm. Some
Sbarro,
other female gorilla, possibly the dead dad.
or is there a store out there that like has like gorilla logos? Is there anything like gorilla out there?
I'm sure.
Maybe there's like a stuffed animal gorilla or something. He just cuddles up with that all night. Like there's ways around the gorilla.
Like the Build-A-Bear factory.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. He could just go to the Build-A-Bear.
Yeah.
The snakes are gonna slither all night and just always be on the move. I feel like they're just always just. It's gonna come through the vent. Like with a gorilla, I'm gonna see it 50 yards away and be like,
right.
okay, I gotta go hit this hallway. Zig, zig,
And
zig.
just get out of its
I'm gonna be
view.
sitting in the closet trying to survive the night. There's gonna be a vent over my head, and then I've got 2 seconds to
Yeah, I don't like that.
see the target.
Same question for you, but instead of they're just in their environment, it's like essentially like in 28 days later, it's like the rage virus where it's like they're out to get whatever is in there. Which one do you think you have a better chance with, the 5 snakes or the gorilla?
Honestly, dude, I probably just wouldn't go to the mall that day.
That would be
Probably just stay home.
it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Dude, can you imagine? You hear on the news, it's like you get like an Amber Alert saying, "Hey, fucking, there's a few snakes out."
I feel like that happened.
And
I feel like in
gorilla.
Ohio or something, like
I'm sure
some
it does
guy owned a
happen.
tiger or something, and
Yeah,
like there
in
was a.
Bangladesh, you know. But
I
like,
see. You see those videos, dude, where all the
No.
villagers are up on the roof.
no, because that shit is scary.
Dude, it's nuts.
Yeah,
All the
that's
villagers are.
just their life.
And then
man.
the guy's got just like a 2x4 and like a garbage can lid, and he's clacking, like trying to distract it, and he
Yeah.
gets dragged away.
yeah, it's just terrifying.
It's so sick.
Dude, I saw coyotes the other day, or wolves. I don't fucking know.
Oh, they're out here.
Yeah. No, I was walking back and I was like, "Is that a fox?" And then I went, "No, that's way too big for a fox." And then there was another one. I went, "Oh, cool. I should probably be a little more."
Yeah, dude. One time I was
Where?
walking to my car in this lot, and I heard a whole pack, like,
I like it.
but like right on the other side of the fence where the trees are. Like,
I'm thinking about joining them,
you could.
especially like, yeah, pay rent. We'll go
What
join
do
the
you mean,
coyotes.
dude?
Huh? We'll be fine. Kidding.
Yeah, dude. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. So what we got? We got the mic.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get on. I didn't text anybody or
Do you want to do that real quick?
go sign up, but
Why don't you just do it and say, "Hey"?
well, my phone's up there, so they're seeing us through my phone right now. So we have to wait till the episode's over at least.
Yeah, and I missed a meeting, so I probably shouldn't be the one to tell them.
No, I'll call it right after this. How long we been going for?
41, but the first 5 was us setting up.
Yeah,
so
so we do another 20 minutes or so. It'll be
Yeah,
about
dude,
6. I'll call.
I feel like it's going pretty well.
I'll give her a call Give you know who a call. See
give
if I
a ring. See what's got.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do a nice 3 minutes tonight up at the open mic.
Cool.
Yeah, dude. Cam took that sick picture of me, so it just
It is a really good picture of you.
just really motivated me to get more sick pics.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even in it for the comedy, dude.
Just want
sick
cool
pictures. Yeah, dude. So I mean, if that keeps happening, who knows where this could go?
I feel like I could get maybe one from the other side. I don't.
Yeah, dude. Who's to say, dude? I mean, the sky's the limit.
The sky really is the limit.
And he's shooting on digital. So, I mean, he could just get as many as he needs. As long as the SD card's not full.
Yeah,
he's not running out of film.
You're not shy about the camera.
I like a camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, theatrical, yes. Light in the loafers, no.
You can move, dude.
Not light like that, though, dude.
Dude, you can move.
I got some.
I've seen you move.
I got some moves I can bust out.
Give yourself some more credit.
Yeah, dude. I can move. But not like that. Not like Chris Breezy.
I mean, very few people can move like Chris Breezy.
That's true.
Not
a lot of people can move like me. You ever think
You're like,
about
I'm essentially the same person.
Just move differently.
I just moved different.
Same guy, though.
I like Back to Phrases. Big fan of that one, too. Like they just move differently. It just sounds cool.
He moves differently.
Yeah.
Because you would normally associate that as like a cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if someone was...
But it can be a bad thing, too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Shout
out to my buddy Brandon.
Little mystery behind it.
Told me that one time. Cool black dude.
Brandon.
And he knows it, and he's cool with me saying it like that.
He knows he's black or he knows he's cool?
Both.
Cool.
I think he's very aware of both.
What's up, Brandon?
But it was he's every once in a while people tell you different phrases, and one of them was like, one, he told me, it's good to just be in motion, like that's cool. That's a fun, just a slick thing to say. Like that dude over there, he's in motion, like that. But he's also said this dude just started moving differently, and like I was like, damn, that was such a cool thing just to be like you just had that
ready
to go. I knew exactly what you meant, and I'd never heard that before, but like, whoa. So shout out to Brandon.
I had a friend back in the day
expanded my lexicon,
who like loved sayings like that,
mm-hmm.
but never got them right. Like he was just always like one word off, dude. Like threw him under the. Finish that for me. Threw him under the
pier.
You're not far off. What's the actual saying?
Threw him under the bus.
Yeah, my buddy. He really got threw under the boat there. He threw him.
Still kind of works, but doesn't.
It makes sense. Like,
it makes sense.
Yeah, threw him under the boat.
Oh, man, that's being like keel hauled, right? You get thrown under the boat and dragged.
The pirate torture.
Yeah,
the barnacles get you.
Shout out to my last name.
Yeah,
pirate torture.
That explains
Bleep
a
that.
lot.
Bleep that. So yeah, dude, that's why you look like you have scurvy. Sick burn on myself. Nice.
Yeah, dude, that's why it looks like you just took an eyebrow piercing right before we started recording.
That's fucking funny. I'll give you that.
Gotcha.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. I never thought about doing any wacky piercings like that.
What would be the...
Like face, I guess, really. I guess that's the only wacky option for a guy besides your, which I would never.
Dude, I think that's crazy what you're talking about or insinuating. But also, when dudes pierce their nipples, I think it's the funniest thing in the world.
See, that's when the first guy to pierce his nipples, that officially went from lighting the loafers to, oh, this guy's gay.
Yeah.
That's when the switch, dude.
Yeah. I honestly feel like because men have pierced their nipples, I'm okay to say we can take back lighting the loafers.
But also, to every guy that has
And I stand on that.
To every guy that
on
has
business. Another phrase
on
learned from Brandon.
Another thing that I just want to make clear is I'm sure, and you might agree, 99% of the population of males that have their nipples pierced could probably beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
It's normally like...
Yeah. No, it's definitely the person you don't want to address like, hey, man.
Like, that's the type you see from across the room and go to your buddy like, yo, what the... You see that?
Yeah, that's the kind of guy that's like, hey, you picked the wrong flavor of Monster.
Yeah.
I don't like being around you.
And now you're going to get... Yeah, dude. I wouldn't want to fight a guy with nipple piercings.
Hey, found out Monday Night Raw now on Netflix. Deal with it.
They've been doing that.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, dude. So, yeah, but I mean, nipples would never. Who's the first guy to be like, look at the, or I bet you in some weird history, I bet you guys had it done first in some tribal shit.
Probably. There's probably. I mean, I don't know if it was like a. Who's to say? I wasn't back then, or was I?
And also, like,
As Tom's old joke.
I don't know, dude. I just feel like as a guy, it's just kind of going through your chest more. Dude. I feel like girls got, a little more Slim Jimmies on them. The minute, you know what I'm saying? They got a little more something to grab. I feel like a guy, it's just...
I mean, it just seems like it would be so sensitive all the time.
Well, I think that's why the girls like it.
Right. But, like, I don't know if I want to be feeling that sensitive through my chest all the time.
And like,
granted, I've never had my nipples pierced, so I don't know. It might be a joyous occasion.
it could hit
this go around, this lifetime that I've had.
Not doing that.
I don't know. I don't think it's in the cards for me.
Yeah, dude.
What if it's like next gig that I get? They're like, all right. So here's the thing. It's gonna be crazy money. You're set for life.
No, you can't say crazy money because you would do a lot of things for crazy money.
True.
You can't.
So it's relatively okay money.
It's equivalent to what you're doing now.
It's equivalent to what you're doing now. It's actually what you're doing now. You're doing this now.
No, it's a little more. It's a little more than what you're doing.
It's a little bit more. How do you feel about getting your nipples pierced? It's actually part of the thing.
And actually, it just has to be one. Would you rather have one or both done? Now that's the question, dude. Because sometimes you see them, they just have
dude,
one.
Fuck a gorilla.
Do you rather
one or both? Dude,
because one's a choice.
One is so wild.
Yeah.
Explaining both is like almost.
I committed.
It's like
I wanted this done and I committed.
My nipples pierced.
Yeah, you get one done, dude.
I got my nipple pierced.
Then there's questions. Which one?
Why?
Did you plan on getting the other?
Are you an Aquarius?
Yeah, dude. Like, I'd be more concerned over the one.
Dude, like a one that wasn't I did the first one and then I chickened out for the second is psycho.
Yeah, to then keep the one.
To keep the one.
You just rip the one right out and go, hey, I tried both. I couldn't do it.
Not to bring it back to FK Twigs, but to bring it back to FK Twigs. She had two, lost one, and then never put the one back in. And I thought that was fun.
That's cool.
That's a fun time.
But no, I'm not even talking about girls with one. Girls with one is fine.
No,
that's playful. That's a little surprise. Ooh. But like if you just heard from afar, hey, this guy has his nipples pierced, and then like a week later you see him with the shirt off.
Correction, he has one.
Changes a lot. It changes nothing, but it changes a lot, dude.
To go from, that guy's got his nipples pierced, to
that's weird. Oh,
he's got one? Just one?
Oh.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty good. That's fun. I mean, that's an interesting barbecue for sure.
And like,
it's a fun thing to learn about Blake.
And like, imagine like at like Thanksgiving, like you go home and you're just wearing like a nice button-up shirt.
Dude, imagine Christmas and you got one Jingle Bell.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. But like, you never tell your mom because I feel like that's something you don't go, hey, Ma, check out my new piercing.
Ma, I got.
So I just feel like your mom's going to be staring at your tit during Thanksgiving going,
Dude, how many A-frame T-shirts are you going to have to buy?
yeah, dude. Honey, you're going to have to get that looked at. You're telling her it's nothing. You're like, oh, honey, that's not okay.
Honey, that's
Oh, let me see. Let me see.
It seems to be dangling. Why is it a barbell?
Why is it in the shape of a good Playboy bunny?
Is that a famous Stars and Straps logo?
Yeah, dude. What the hell?
Dude. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's funny. That's so funny. Why is it in the shape of a Playboy bunny? Because that would be the person that gets one nipple pierced.
Yeah, dude. They get a fun shape. It's a novelty. Person that gets two, love of the game.
Dude, I feel like I'm about to get felt up just to make sure.
Yeah.
Tom, we've been worried about you.
Yeah, dude.
I brought up nipple piercings because I've been worried about you.
We know you've been thinking about a lot of stuff. A lot of crazy things.
You know, I was sitting up at the bar the other day, and I just was worried about you, and I was worried about your nipple being pierced.
Or lack thereof.
Or lack thereof. Oh, man. God, it's good that someone's thinking about me, huh?
And your nipples.
And my nipples.
Well,
you know.
Yeah, but, I mean, at the end of the day.
Who's to say nipple play, you know?
Just remember, Tom, the qualified aren't called upon. The called upon become qualified. You know what I mean? And that's, I think, what we need to remember today.
Yeah. Yeah. Man.
I was waiting to drop that one on you, dude. I heard that yesterday or something. Dude. I was waiting to drop that one on you.
Where'd you hear that?
I don't remember. I'm trying to think. I was watching some hockey videos or...
That's how I found out about the Utah Mammoth.
Nah. I've known about that.
Hmm.
Come on now.
What? So, you an Islanders guy?
Hurricanes.
Hurricanes.
Carolina Hurricanes.
Carolina Hurricanes.
I used to tell people when I was in New York that I liked the Rangers.
Okay.
Just as I liked all four major sports. I liked basketball, football, baseball, but then I would just throw the Rangers in.
Uh-huh.
But then my brother moved to North Carolina when I was already down here. He got real into the Canes.
Mm-hmm.
So then as I started watching more hockey again, it was just... And they're technically the closest hockey team to us. If we still wanted to play the regional game.
Because Atlanta doesn't have one, right?
We might soon. They're talking about an expansion, and Atlanta's always on the list.
Yeah.
No, we had the Thrashers. They moved in like 08. Or no.
And we had this... Dude, that's a... And that made... What song is it? Where it's like, talking about some ATL Thrashers. And it's as soon as you told me that,
You pieced that together.
I was like, oh, wow, that's...
The hockey team.
I was just thinking that's a fun thing to say.
Yeah, so they're talking about adding like 2 more teams to the league, and Atlanta's always won. And then, but yeah, if we want to just play the regional game, if you're a hockey fan in Atlanta, Canes, or maybe there's a bunch of Florida teams.
Mm-hmm.
So really like Florida or Nashville has one. So it's
I'd love
depending on which way in the compass you go.
Yeah.
Carolina's right there.
Yeah. I'd love to go see a game. That's like one of those things where we didn't really have like
we had a
ice hockey.
local hockey team. It was like single A, the Elmira Jackals.
Oh wow,
the Jackals.
Yeah, we had like inline hockey at the roller rink. And
oh no, we had a legit team.
That's what I'm saying.
Place would get packed out.
I've always thought it was like I've always wanted to go skate. I've never been on ice before.
Talking about murder docs. I wish I remembered the guy's name.
Hockey player?
Yeah, for the for the Elmira Jackals, dude. This guy like murdered his wife in front of his kids. It was on like a huge thing, like 60 Minutes covered it. Like
Jesus Christ.
He like did it in front of the kids and then left and then like came home and called the cop. I wish I remembered the name of it, dude, but He played in the NHL for like a hot second, or like almost. He owned like his own construction company. I remember the girl's name was Kelly
Kapowski?
Stage or Kelly something. She's the girl. Look that up. Kelly Stage got murdered. If you want a 60 minutes to watch about my hometown.
Elmira.
Yeah, but yeah, so.
Wait,
Yeah.
So Kelly Stage or Kelly something
I think it was Kelly Stage.
got murdered by a hockey
Her husband, hockey
who
player.
worked for the Elmira Jackals.
No, he played.
He played.
And then, yeah, I think
Technically, that's working for him.
Yeah, and then.
It's a weird way to say it, I'll admit.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. There's a little crazy murder mystery in our town for a little bit. Investigation. 60 Minutes was there, like national news. It's pretty cool. Not cool, but.
I mean.
It was something.
It's something. Is that you or me?
That's you. My phone's.
That was so loud, too. Where's it? Oh.
It's angled. But yeah, man, we're gonna go see if we can get on this mic. Not we, but me.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
You got something new for it? That's the plan?
New as in, it hasn't been seen. But like new in my mind, new to me. No.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
Can you say that? Is it new to me? No. Have I ever done it? No. Like I've thought of it many times.
So, but sure.
Like you get what I'm saying? Like
no, I know we're living in a paradox.
Like if someone wrote a movie
for
5
sure.
years ago, and then it just came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like the movie came out on June 27th.
Mm-hmm.
He's new, you know. It's not new to him at June 27th, the director.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is like 5 years old to me. That's what I'm saying. The joke's old in my head.
You are the director.
Of the joke. Isn't that all stand-up? Or no, we just direct our own jokes at people?
See, I didn't realize that today was going to be so profound.
I mean, I didn't. I'm just making a literal observation.
No, I'm. It's hitting me. The observation you're making.
Yeah.
I think I'm.
It's a one-man show.
I think I'm agreeing with you on a cellular level. Cool.
I won't even get up tonight.
Anything else we have for these people?
Nah, man. Nah.
I think. Oh. I do. I don't know when this is coming out.
I'm gonna talk to Cam tonight.
Okay.
And just be like, dude, can you pump one out quick for us?
Well, dude, we gotta put the other one out too.
Well, then maybe have him pump that one out quick.
Okay. But I was gonna say I don't know when this one is coming out, but I got a Instagram like handle for my buttons for like my pins and whatnot. I'm gonna reveal it to you right now. Okay. Because I'm gonna do like an Etsy too, and like, start selling these buttons that I've been making that are pretty dope.
Tom makes some sick buttons, guys.
Yeah, a lot of comic book stuff, but we're moving into different lanes, but some originals and also just like music stuff, movie stuff,
sports maybe. Who's to say sports?
Sports. I made Jaren a MJ one. So, anyways,
if it can be put on paper, it can be put on a button, guys. Just think of that. Just think of that. That might be the bio. Put that in the bio of the Instagram.
Collaboration. So here's the name though. Fade to Pin Back.
It's pretty sick.
Thanks.
It's pretty sick.
Thanks.
So, and that's very similar. Fade to pin back, love it.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to make sure we marinate in that for a second. Like that. My one buddy, two buddies, my one buddy and then just a guy I kind of know.
Uh-huh.
They run an Instagram.
Okay.
It's called Straight Backs. And they just put up old, very irrelevant, like not really seen before sports pictures.
Okay.
Like college or like people that played on a team you might have forgot about or like. And at one point, like they've probably ran this for like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like 8 years ago, dude, LeBron followed them for like 2 months. And it was nuts, dude. They had like 3,000 followers and they had followed like 10. And it was just like random people they followed.
That's wild.
Yeah, dude, LeBron followed him for like 2 months, and then they unfollowed him. They were so sick. But yeah,
Those 2 months though.
dude, it was I remember, dude. He's like, yo, LeBron follows us, dude.
He's arguably the best basketball player ever.
Yeah, and they had like 3,000 followers and like followed like 10, and just were putting up old sports pictures they just found.
But have you ever seen like
And they post like twice a year. Like it's like they don't ever like it's
Right.
like,
old dad vintage? Have you ever seen?
I think I follow. Yeah, I think I follow.
Like stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
shit like that where it's like, dude, just a jersey from '78. They got a crazy bowl cut haircut.
Yeah, dude.
Just like slamming beers on the
Smoking cigs in the
Just-
dugout of like the
dude.
yeah, dude.
like the best.
Mm-hmm. This one manager, can't remember his name now.
Mm-hmm.
Famous baseball manager. As soon as I say what he did, he had a pocket put into his coach's jerseys so he could hold his cigs.
Yeah.
And then in all the pictures, you can see just a square right
That's
here
so sick.
in his jersey.
Yeah.
And he was just holding the cigs in the dugout in a secret pocket.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's pretty dope.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I want to do. I really want to like get some new shirts made up. I've been like very like wanting to make shit recently.
Started with a button.
I'm always trying to do something.
Thought about getting into ice?
Dude,
Ice sculpting?
we should get him on the pod.
All right.
On the pod? Bleep his name.
That's why I didn't say it. Trying to save us some time here, dude.
No, fuck that. Learn how to bleep. Dude, just to be like, Pop, what were you thinking with the... Have we talked about that on here?
Yeah, not on here.
Not on here.
No.
Maybe next episode?
Maybe next. We'll save that one. Balloon Boys.
Shoot, Balloon Boys.